The mud is being thrown, it's being slung, and like a very bad episode of Honey Boo Boo, negativity has clung to Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, even Hugh Jackman pulled into this feud in Hollywood. Folks, today we're going to tell you why Disney has been ordered yet again. Don't delete anything, don't destroy the emails, and it might not fare well for one director. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy and thrilled to have you back with us right here on the Pro Channel, where we, as ever, continue to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve 4 times a day. That's the videos we release. And oh, by the way, if that's not enough for you, we have even spicier content that we bring out on the Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. Go on over there. We'll welcome you in. The water is fine. Folks, we're going to have a good time today, but Marvel not having a good time. Even Bob Iger being told legally, do not delete anything related to Nicepool. What in the world? Why in the world? Well, you'll understand in just a moment. This is out of People magazine, which is no longer a magazine, so just People. But it kind of sounds weird to say, well, it's from People. Because, well, which people are you talking about? This People. Justin Baldoni is demanding Disney hold on to documents to support his claims Ryan Reynolds used Nicepool to bully him. Justin Baldoni's legal team is demanding Disney retain communications about the Deadpool character to use in court. This is by Benjamin Van Hoos and Elizabeth Roster. And here's what it says. Baldoni is seeking to gain communications made about Ryan Reynolds' Nicepool character in an attempt to show it was used to bully him. As the It Ends With Us director's actions legal battle, responding to co-star Blake Lively's harassment and retaliation claims advances, Baldoni's lawyers sent a litigation hold letter on January 7th to Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and the Hippo Man himself, Disney CEO Bob Iger, demanding they hold on to documents that mention Baldoni for potential use in court. According to the letter viewed by People, they want any and all documents relating to the development of the Nicepool character and communications relating to the development, writing, and filming of storylines and scenes featuring Nicepool. To support his claim, Baldoni's legal team is looking for documents relating to or reflecting a deliberate attempt to mock, harass, ridicule, intimidate, or bully Baldoni through the character of Nicepool. Now, for those of you who don't know, Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds' wife, they're into a legal spat that could...
They just got Hugh Jackman pulled into it, too. I don't know if you heard about that.
All right. Tell us about it, Tom.
Well, to be as delicate as I can, considering the channel I'm on, supposedly... Ryan Reynolds and Blake knew about an affair that Hugh Jackman was having all this time that they kept from his wife. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's going to be part of the legal battle as well.
That's also getting involved here. And look, as far as this Baldoni thing, I mean, does he have anything to prove this? Because otherwise, this is really saying a lot about what Baldoni thinks of himself, really.
Well, beyond that,
that's what I was going to say.
If they find out that they were mocking him or harassing him or whatever, what they say is, yeah, it was satire. So what? So what?
Well,
it's satirize everybody else in the world.
Well, he's Barbara Streisanding it right now, Lou. That's the problem. Nobody knew or drew any connection to this before. Now he's saying it.
What does it say about him that he sat in a theater and watched the Nicepool character and was like, oh man, I think that's me?
Unless he has like a text or something from somebody saying, by the way, there's this character, Nicepool, that Ryan is doing in the Deadpool movie that is mocking you, then I can understand it. But otherwise, he's just drawing connections that aren't really there, I don't think.
Here's the thing. So Baldoni and Blake Lively, they have a major disagreement about what happened behind the scenes. Okay. And we don't know who's right. We don't know who's wrong. So we're going to be very careful about what we say about it because this is one of those, we just don't know. And so we'll have to see how it plays out.
Right.
That said, this maneuver, this legal maneuver that's happening opens the books inside Marvel in a way that Disney does not want. And Disney does not want to be pulled in this. How did this go for Disney last time with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation? It didn't go so well. So Disney
is going to go with Gina Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano, another situation that's ongoing for Disney that could open the books at Lucasfilm. So this is a situation they really don't want to have the lawyers start prying around inside the development of Deadpool and Wolverine. So if this is a fishing expedition for dirt, we don't know that it is, but if it is, it's got to be one that has everybody.
Well, I think his lawyers have already said they have to. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on exactly with that, but yeah.
Well, do you think he's doing it to get Disney to put pressure on Blake and make them back off or settle or something? Because they'd rather do that than expose all this stuff. Who knows?
Who produced the movie that they made anyway? I don't even know who made the Blake Lively film. Okay, so it was a Disney picture as well.
I thought it was Sony.
No, you're right.
It was
Sony.
Sony. Okay, so it's a completely different studio. So yeah,
it's all right. So if you look at all the gossip rags and all that stuff, all this is really kind of done is told people that Blake Lively may not be nearly as nice as she wants you to think she is. And if you followed her story and do a deep dive, that's probably, accurate if you're going to believe what other people are saying.
Right. So now, but the damage play is to bring in the husband now, right? Mm-hmm. So Ryan Reynolds is also not as nice. Oh, and Hugh Jackman and open the books Disney. So they're really aiming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what's the strategy? Give them a death by 1,000 cuts until you feel like you've gotten your revenge. There's no real win here for anybody. It's kind of a bunch of petulant children.
The lawyers get paid.
Oh, it's true. The lawyers get paid. So, but
and you have a pair of publicity companies that are duking it out too in this whole thing.
Sure. But hang on, Lou and Tom, you feel free to hop in on this as well. Here's what I'm thinking. For Mr. Baldoni, you start telling Disney and Bob Iger himself to save the stuff and open the books and get ready. The lawyers are coming. Disney is no small player in this, and Baldoni's got to think, either he has some serious goods here, or he just angered the House of Mouse, and they're the biggest employer in Hollywood. So that's it takes some chutzpah.
Oh, I'm sure he's not really. I mean, he probably rolled the dice on this one, knowing how, big Ryan Reynolds is. If there was any chance, he already probably blacklisted him over at Disney. I get where you're coming from, and I only have a cursory knowledge of most of this thing. A lot of what I get is just randomly running into what the girls are talking about in Toxic Femme. To be honest with you, so that's I'm not kidding. I mean, this is one of their hot topics right now, and it's like, okay, once in a while I'll check in and I get kind of the lowdown on a few things here and there of what's going on. And that's pretty much where I've been brought up to speed on some of it. But at this point, from the way I see it and going off of what you said earlier, because as far as we know, there's two sides to this story. We have no idea where the truth is going to shake out quite yet, especially if Discovery happens and we start getting emails from Sony and Disney involved in this and all kinds of other people. Who knows what's going to come out of this. But that being said, it really looks, in this situation, up until this Nicepool thing, it was really kind of looking more in Baldoni's favor, because Blake was the one who was looking like she was pushing, and a lot of her claims were really lame. And the way this thing kind of played out publicly, she was the one who looked bad to begin with this whole thing, and then bringing Ryan in on top of it all. I mean, regardless of what happened outside of that to me is a real kind of low move if you're doing that to a director / star on a project that he is spearheading with you. And I mean, and the way they handled it in the press to begin with, he was pre-prepared for her to come after him, which she did. So it sounds like he was ready for this. And that, it almost to me sounds like he might be more in the right on this, but we'll have to wait and see how it shakes out. I hate saying that, but I've heard a lot of rumors about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds that really are supported by this kind of behavior, even before this happened. So
and we'll have to see. Some of the claims from both sides are egregious, and so we just got to say we'll see. We'll see how this plays out.
And I have nothing to gain from either side. And Baldoni, I don't know him from nobody, and this is the first I heard about him was this story, basically.
So and maybe the last, and maybe the last.
Yeah,
I mean, really, putting aside the fact that he'll never work for Disney again, if he ever did, and that Sony's not too happy. If you're sitting at, Warner Brothers, MGM, anywhere else, Don't you say, this guy's trouble. Let's not get involved.
Well, he is kind of fighting for his career right now, though, if you think about it.
I'd say,
She's going to sink him one way or the other, maybe.
like, is it possible that he's doing this, knowing that he's probably been blackballed? If he's forcing to have to, go through Discovery and all this other stuff, if he wants to work again, could he be laying the groundwork to protect himself? Because if he can't get work, then he can later turn around and say, "Hey, you guys aren't hiring me because of what happened here." And
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yep.
To which they say, yeah, so?
Yeah.
We have no obligation to hire you. We have no obligation at all.
In a post-Gina Carano world, can you really get away with that anymore?
This is a different kind of case. This is really a different kind of case.
Yeah, and also we got to see how this Gina Carano lawsuit plays out before we call it a post-Gina, but we're hoping that Gina gets the win. Nolan, let me give you the win with the final word on this topic. You think Hugh Jackman's real happy about this one, or maybe there's going to be even more celebrities who say, I'm really tired of getting these calls from the lawyers and having my dirt thrown out in front of the public right now.
Yeah, it probably gets old after a while. I mean, of course, celebrities like being in the limelight, and all that. But, the paparazzi, the bad press and stuff gets to them. And especially if you have stuff going on, like your relationships and stuff, that's a very personal thing to you. And if there's been some drama behind the scenes and demons you need to conquer, anytime this stuff's brought to the light, it's rather sickening. And I think that, honestly, this is a case of, if I'm going out, I'm taking you with me. And I think that it's going to come down to, it's a lot of pettiness. And what I can say to a broader degree, though, is I don't believe this guy should really have much of a case, because if we can't make satire or parody, because I'll be honest, I thought Nicepool was, as someone who loved that movie, I thought it was cringe. I thought it was dumb. I thought it was kind of tacky how it was played out. But I will say, if we can't even satire characters, then what? Is Schwarzenegger going to start suing people over all his likeness and all the millions of films he's been in and parodied? I don't think it makes any sense here. And I do have to feel for Jackman and everyone else getting involved in something they probably had no business being involved with in the first place.
Well, folks, we'll keep an eye on it, and we reserve the right to be appalled at one, all, some, maybe, none at all. We'll let you know, though, what happens, and we'll keep you up to date as best we can as we continue to explain entertainment. We must bid adieu for now, but folks, I encourage you, if you enjoyed this kind of video, well, we have plenty more, and more on the way every single day. We do it for you. Check out the WDW Pro Channel and go click on videos. You can see the most recent ones and enjoy all the stuff we're talking about, and hopefully give us some feedback, because we would love to cater what we're doing for you. You are the consumer. You are our valued guest. It's how entertainment companies once upon a time treated the people who bought their stuff, and we're still doing it here. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, we always say this because we think you indeed are special and matter. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.